I mean, it's Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points. I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get this stream last night. Like, you know, one of those angry live chats. That was after we could disconnect last night. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Thursday. It was the day off for me. Didn't place any bets. Last week or so has been going really well. So hopefully the momentum continues over for me into Friday. As of right now, I have 4 bets placed for Friday. What I did do today on my night off from betting is go watch my 7-year-old niece play a basketball game. It was an outdoor league. Man, tenacious. Cool. Yeah, and they were like scared to defend each other. They're like oh no, and then she went up. The ref was like, you can go steal the ball, and then she started stealing the ball, and everyone was cheering. so she wasn't really like scoring, but she just kept taking the ball from whoever had it, even her own team. It was awesome.
TJ McConnell out there.
Yeah. So we got 15 games on the board. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Reds Pirates. Looked at this one for a while. I honestly think the price is pretty close to where I would have it. I would say probably slightly tilted more towards Cincinnati. I would probably have this maybe closer to a pick, maybe Reds minus 112-ish if I was pricing the game out. So not enough for me to bet it. Obviously, Pittsburgh has the starting pitching advantage here with Mitch Keller on the mound. Chase Burns is a guy that I just don't know how to price. He's a very highly touted prospect. I mean, people were throwing his name in there with guys like Mizorowski, guys that were supposed to be big-time starting pitchers in this league. We don't have a big sample size from him in the big leagues. I think he's made 8 major league starts. Not many of them were impressive, but they also weren't like there's only 1 or 2 really terrible ones. So it's just a tough guy to get a feel for, in my opinion. I would lean towards the Reds, but this is not one of the bets I have. So Reds are pass for me. Toast, anything here?
Yeah, I played first 5 under 4.5 at minus 120. I would agree with you on the Chase Burns as far as not being like overly impressive in his starts. But I also think that obviously the Atlanta start, you kind of just throw that out there because obviously that was a rain. That was only 1 inning. But I mean, at home against the Dodgers, I mean, the Dodgers in Cincinnati, regardless on how we know how the Dodgers are struggling, I mean, that's not terrible. I mean, the Washington start on the road is absolutely terrible. But against Colorado and Philadelphia, he was fine. His first ever road start was in Boston. I mean, Boston's been killing everybody, it seems like, for a while now. So I don't even know if I fault him that much for that. And I don't really think that this Pirates offense is going to be the one to punish him. I mean, I think everybody knows if you're watching this show that's probably very clued in baseball that they're one of the worst offenses in baseball, especially at home. They're bad. And as far as their numbers versus right-handed pitching, they're actually probably even better the last month or 2 weeks because they had a couple Colorado games where they absolutely destroyed them. And then they got to see Zach Gallen as well, and they destroyed him. So again, I think that those kind of counteract each other, but regardless, and on the other side, you have Mitch Keller, who, I mean, I continue to say has just been pitching fantastic. I will give you that his last 3 starts haven't nearly been as impressive as what we've seen, but if there's one thing that we worry about is lefty bats, and if there's only, I think, 3 lefty bats in that lineup with Friedel, De La Cruz, who's a switch, and the lefty side of his is not really great. It's the righty you want to be for De La Cruz, and then Gavin Lux. Everybody else is batting from the right-hand side, so I just didn't see how we got to 5 early in this game, so I played first 5 under 4.5.
TV Jones, is it your birthday?
Me?
Everyone's saying happy birthday, TV Jones, in the comment. Are they?
It was in June.
So no, then it's not.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes, it was my birthday in June.
About a month and a half ago, yes.
What do you think? It's not TV Jones' birthday, but I appreciate the enthusiasm comments. Usually one person drops the birthday and everyone else is like, oh shit, and just joins it. So TV Jones, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I mean, I know Cincinnati's offense didn't look good the last 2 games, but they did go against Skeens today, and they have never had success versus him. But Mitch Keller, he's been all right lately. If I had to pick a side, it would be Cincy, but I kind of like Chase Burns strikeouts. I mean, he's been an absolute machine. And then if you look at him, versus righties, he's got a 38% strikeout percentage. There's going to be like 5 or 6 righties, and he got a 35% strikeout percentage versus lefties. They've never seen him. And the Pirates have a ton of whiff on this lineup. I mean, Ono Cruz, Jack Swinsky, Ryan Reynolds, Andrew McCutcheon all have a 30% to 35% strikeout or whiff percentage. Nick Gonzalez 25%. Like there's plenty of whiff potential in here, and Chase Burns has been an absolute monster. So 8 Ks is -110. Might just ladder up to 10 if I do this. But yeah, not really feeling a whole lot in this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I had problems with this. I accidentally wrote buns. I have problems with this one because this price I think is pretty close to where I would have it. So let's move on to the next one, which is another one that I struggled with. Another game where I think the price is pretty close here. Astros sitting at around -120 on the road in Yankee Stadium. Obviously, significant starting pitching advantage for the Astros with Hunter Brown on the mound. Got to keep in mind that when we're looking at recent offensive numbers for the Yankees, a lot of those games had no Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is in the lineup now. Do we trust him to get to Hunter Brown? Tough to say. It's not the best weather here in Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium usually towards the top of these weather charts. It's actually 11th out of the 15 ballparks here. -5% run index. You got a slight wind blowing in from right field, which obviously hurts the short porch out there. I think this number is about perfect. I probably would have this around Houston -115. So I think this number is about perfect. I got nothing here. I guess I would lean towards the Astros, but another one where I'm not betting.
I bet the Yankees earlier today sent it out at +110 personally. Not like instant like fade of Hunter Brown or anything like that, but he's coming off of obviously a really good start on the road in Boston. But before that, his start against Athletics at home, 5 innings, it was all right. I mean, it was nothing impressive. I mean, it was 1 run, but prior to that, he really hadn't been impressive. And I know that that's like a small sample size or what have you, but I will say that this New York team has seen him a lot. Multiple guys in this lineup have seen him a couple times now, which I do think that helps. And as far as Schlittler goes, or however the hell you say his last name, I'm not really worried about him against this Astros lineup. I know that the Astros put up a whole bunch of big numbers in Miami. I think that was more the quality of pitching that they saw more than anything. And teams do get hot, so maybe that's the case. But I don't know if they do that. And I think that was getting the Yankees at a big plus price coming off of obviously a bad trip in Miami. So equate that to however you want. But they didn't have Judge. I'm not making excuses. But obviously that trip in Miami was horrendous. And then they went to Texas and saw some pretty good pitching. Finally eked out a win on Wednesday. I just think this is a pretty decent spot to get the Yankees at home. I just think that the Astros are a little bit overvalued as far as especially offensively concerned, especially after that weekend in Miami. So yeah, I bet the Yankees at +110.
TV Jones?
No, it would be the Astros. Even when Judge came in out of this lineup, he did nothing for the Yankees. The Yankees won. The other day, no idea how they won. Honestly, either team should have won, but there should have been a million runs in that game, and the Yankees still did nothing. Now they're coming home, and yes, you got the look good, feel good, play good system, but does not apply to the Yankees because they wear their dumbass pinstripes. Still, they have nothing special, so they don't factor into the system. No. The Yankees only wear the pinstripes. They don't have any alternates, so they don't factor into the system. So that's not even on the board. It would be Houston. They're a better team. The Yankees have looked like ass, and the Astros have gotten 2 righties. I mean, 11 of the last 14 they've gotten 2+, and 6 of the last 14 they've gotten 3, anywhere from 3 to 7 runs off of them. They've scored 5+ 3 times off of righties. So I think Schlittler could get hit up here. Houston, that I like this team. I think they're playing pretty good ball right now. So I'm -120 with Hunter Brown. I'll take that every day.
Did you actually bet it? Because I'm passing.
I didn't bet it, but it's sitting in my bet slip currently.
Yankees was one of my first bets for today.
Speaking of Yankee Stadium, where I go when I want trying to visit Yankee Stadium, I head over to SeatGeek. This episode is brought to you by SeatGeek. If you're looking for the best deals on Yankee Stadium tickets or tickets anywhere, got to go to SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. The NFL season is right around the corner, and MLB is in full swing. Whenever I'm trying to hit a Mets game or a Yankees game, I always head over to SeatGeek. SeatGeek has my back. Each ticket rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a great deal. Green dots indicate you're looking for green dots when you're on the app. Green dots mean the best deals. Red dots mean not so much. Plus, every single ticket is backed by their buyer, guaranteed. And, of course, I got a code for you guys. You can use the code Kirms10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with the promo code Kirms10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account. Next game. Athletics, Orioles. I bet this one, Toast.
I know you didn't bet the same bet that I do because that's not the type of bet that you make. Interesting.
Bad ones?
Go ahead. Yeah.
That was a low blow.
CV Jones liked it.
It was a low blow.
Of course he did. It's like a kindergartner.
TV Jones went.
I'm easy to entertaining.
Yeah.
So I got the Orioles at minus 115 is the bet I'm at. I think minus 115 is a good price to get this Baltimore team at home. I think it's the ultimate buy low spot for Baltimore. And specifically what I'm looking at is, 1 second. Look at the Orioles' recent schedule, right? They just went on that road trip. Here it is right here. So everyone can see the Orioles' recent schedule. They just went on this road trip. They went to Wrigley. Wait, can you guys see this? Yeah. They went to Wrigley, and then they went to Philadelphia. It's a tough road trip. That's two playoff teams in a row there. At Wrigley, at Philadelphia. They look bad on this road trip. And this road trip, it's kind of making us forget that before the road trip, Baltimore was playing well when they were back at home. I mean, they took 2 out of 3 in the Rocky series and then took 3 out of 4 against Toronto. Baltimore went 5-2 in this little 7-game homestand, and they were scoring runs. I mean, look, whoops. I didn't mean to click that. 18, 5, 11, 16, 3, 8. So Baltimore, this road trip is kind of making us forget that Baltimore was scoring runs before they went off on the road trip. And it's not weird that Baltimore was scoring runs during that homestand because the Orioles are one of the best home lineups in baseball. If you go down here, this lineup, despite all the shit that Baltimore's been through this year, I mean, this is still one of the best home lineups in baseball. In the last 30 days, they are the best home lineup in baseball. So even though JT Jinn's numbers don't look that bad, there's only a couple starts in here. It's really 2 good starts. Other than that, he's mostly come out of the bullpen. His last start, he got absolutely smoked by Arizona, who is a shell of themselves right now. So I know Sagano's been bad, but I think Baltimore has the starting pitching advantage. Also, the A's just played a game. Baltimore had the day off, so I think they have the starting pitching advantage. I think they have the rest advantage. I thought minus 115 was a steal. I know that the A's have been playing some decent baseball as of late, but you mean to tell me the A's would be favored over Baltimore on a neutral field right now with JT Ginn against Sagano? I think that price is off. I think it should be closer to minus 128, minus 130. So, yeah, I'm on the O's.
Over 9.5. I think they're 10s now. Don't love that as much. Just because you have to get to 11 there and the 10's a push, but I did play over 9. Again, I love to steal TV Jones's line because it's one of my favorites, but Sagano's one of these guys. If you give him 5 innings, he's going to roll out of bed and give you 3 runs at least. And this Athletics lineup has been producing on the road and versus right-handed pitching all year long, top 5 in all those categories. Most recently, Gallen pitched well against them, but they destroyed Brian Wu and Logan Evans and Gusto. Hunter Brown pitched well against them. Castillo pitched well against them, but for the most part, they've been pretty damn good versus right-handed pitching. Kyle talked about the Orioles offense at home. He also didn't mention the fact that JT Ginn is really, really bad versus his left-handed bat. So that's Holiday, Henderson, Rushman, Kowser, Carlson. Plenty of opportunities there for Baltimore. So I just wanted to see runs tomorrow. TV Jones, you with me?
If I had to pick a side, it would be the A's, but I like the over 9.5. I'm seeing a 9.5. Shout out Guadalajara, but I mean, Ginn, he can get hit up. You already went over it. Baltimore at home has been pretty solid, and then the A's have been crushing. I know they just played the Nationals. The Nationals are ass, but it's not like Sagano's any better. This bullpen is that much better. I think 9.5 is pretty nice number. I think this game easily ends with both these teams getting 4 or 5 runs each. I just think the A's will get it done. I think their offense is a little bit more potent and hitting right now. And now they're building confidence coming off of they've got 28 home runs in the last 12 games or something, 10 games. They've just been crushing. So heading into Baltimore, it's going to be decent weather. Wind is blowing right to left, but it's going to be 83 degrees and 7 miles an hour, kind of going from outfield to the third baseline. But I still think we're going to see runs in this game.
All right, let's move on to the next game. And the next game is Angels minus 325 consensus. Dude, obviously I think the Tigers win the game. You guys have anything?
No. I mean, I've been saying for 2 weeks now that you can't lay juice with the Tigers. I mean, now they're minus 325. So, I mean, you could put up the Angels for me, and that's strictly on price alone. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not even. Yeah, I mean, I guess the Tigers' offense is considered back because they're actually.
I don't know if they are, dude.
That was kind of my point. Is that I'm not there yet. That's why I made the rule. You can't lay juice with this team. I know that they've exploded a couple times, but I'm just really not there with this team offensively just yet. So I know they got Kerry Bonds back, who's so good he doesn't even play against lefties. But regardless, I know that Kyle Hendricks isn't a lefty. But
so it's such an unnecessary shot at Kerry Carpenter.
I know. I hear his name so much, and it just bothers me. Yeah.
So Kerry Carpenter came back, and we all, when I say we, myself included, I said it on this channel a few times. We were kind of like, okay, maybe this Tigers lineup is back. Because remember, the Tigers are a lefty-heavy lineup. They were one of the best lineups in baseball, hitting right-handed pitching for pretty much the entire first half of the season. So Kerry Carpenter gets hurt. The Tigers lose a bunch of games in a row. Kerry Carpenter comes back from injury, and then we see signs of life right here. You see the right-handed pitchers against the Tigers. I guess there was only one. I thought they hit up a couple. But they crushed Brandon Pfaadt. I thought there was a second one in there. Maybe not. You know what? They went off against the bullpen, I think. So there's
I think give him credit for Wheeler too. Regardless of how you feel about him recently, that's
9
solid.
hits. 9 hits. Yeah. So it looked like for a second there that, okay, Detroit is back hitting right-handed pitcher, but then Zebby Matthews. And now I really don't know what to do. I mean, obviously, I think the Tigers win the game, but what are you doing placing a minus 325 bet? Are you thinking it closes at minus 370? There's no way I can look you in the face and tell you to bet the Tigers at minus 325, but that's all. Tigers are pass, I guess. Trevor?
Yeah, let's not forget Zebby Matthews is pretty good at getting lefties out. So that was a big help for him in that one. But Angels plus 1.5. I'm not laying 150 with the run line. I'm not taking 325 or even putting Detroit in a parlay tomorrow. That's just asking for trouble. I know the Friday home look good, feel good, play good thing, but they can still win. They can win this game like Seattle did today, 4-3. They can look like they're in trouble and find a way to somehow squeak it out. So it would be the plus 1.5 or nothing. This game honestly feels like it was in the Mariners game today, like a 4-3 final.
All right, let's.
I like that, Trevor.
You don't bet 1.5, so.
I wouldn't bet it. I'm just saying I like that because it's plus 120. That means if people who like betting that can get the 2.5s at a decent price.
142 on DraftKings for the plus 2.5.
Jesus.
Yeah. Has this line moved at all? Marlins Braves? No, I'm a little worried about this one, to be honest.
I just think that the Braves are heating up a little bit, and they finally got their win today. They could have easily got their win the day before that. I mean, there's no chance in hell that I bet the Braves, let alone Bryce Elder, at that price. But I do think that it's extremely telling. So there's no numbers or anything like that are going to be able to make this numbers make sense. I mean, Bryce Elder's been terrible. I mean, I guess if you want to go off that he's pitched well against Cincinnati and San Francisco, two teams that have struggled mightily recently offensively, then so be it. But I mean, the Marlins versus right-handed pitching is a top 10 unit. I guess you can poke holes at them on the road, but yeah, there's just no chance here. It would be like under a pass. I mean, the Braves still have to score to win, and I know that they've put up some numbers the last night or two, but it's just not an offense that I trust. Not at this price. Not a chance.
An under. Are you freaking?
I mean, what? I don't. Why is it 8 in Atlanta? In hot Atlanta, it's 8. should be free. I don't know. Bet the Braves.
I'm on the Marlins, dude.
Okay, bet the Marlins at a cheap price, just like today. Should be free.
I didn't bet the Marlins. I took the
I'm just
Braves.
saying that the Discord has been having this same conversation. It seems like for 3 days about the Braves. Like let everybody bet against them and then come in at the end and be the sharp guy and bet
Well,
the Braves. So,
that does not describe me.
I know that.
This is my first time playing on the Marlins. So I did bet this at minus 115. Obvious huge starting pitching advantage with Cabrera against Bryce Elder. Bryce Elder has been terrible. I mean, so bad. Not to mention the Marlins bats on the road have been pretty solid all year. I know it's not quite the same lineup as it was earlier in the season, but this lineup, I tend to trust them a lot more on the road than I do at home. I don't think there's any reason the Marlins can't score runs on Bryce Elder. When it comes to the late innings, I don't really trust the Marlins bullpen, and they're also a little bit on the tax side. If you remember, that's why I leaned towards the Braves in tonight's game, was I was worried about the Marlins in the late innings, and they actually ended up using a couple of their arms. I didn't really think they would, but you can see here, Henriquez has now gone back-to-back games. He's one of the Marlins arms I trust. Bender, another Marlins arm I trust, has gone back-to-back days. They still have Foucher. I don't really know if I trust these other guys that are available for the Marlins. On the Braves side, Iglesias has gone back-to-back days, but he's gone 3 days in a row a few times this year. So he might even be available. I bet the minus one. What?
They're getting their money's worth for him.
Yeah. So I bet the minus 115 just because this is a huge starting pitching advantage, and I'm hoping the Braves don't use Iglesias a third straight time. You say that you think the Braves are heating up, but keep in mind today against Yuri Perez, he looked really good. He kind of just got they exploded there at the end, right before he came out of the game. He was pitching. He was all right. I'm on the Marlins minus 115. TV Jones, you with me?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm probably gonna play Miami. I'm not sure which way, whether first five or the game. I know that they use two of those arms back to back, so they're not gonna be available. But they have the other two. But it's the US edit. The rest of the bullpen is not sure if you can really trust them. First five money line minus 124. That's kind of tempting. Edward Cabrera has been damn good. Bryce Elder has been a gas can the entire year. We already know that. So kind of trust Miami to get to him through 5 innings and carry a lead, having Cabrera pitching there instead of like dealing with this bullpen again. So honestly, I probably would lean Miami first 5 on the money line minus 124. And it's Kyle Stowers like hits, runs, RBIs. I mean, he should have a field day against Bryce Elder tomorrow.
Let's freaking Cheed in the comments. Cheed's a diehard Atlanta Braves fan, by the way. Don't take anything he says seriously.
Ray Charles night.
He goes, cool story, Sauce. He got lit up. Reds Pirates in Pittsburgh. So voice chat picks, by the way, for those listening. I gotta remember for the podcast. There's like a lot of people listening now. It's awesome. Reds Pirates in Pittsburgh. Jacob first 5 under 4.5. Same with Toast, as you already heard. We Love Drugs is on first 5 under as well. Benji's on yeah, We Love Drugs is back from Europe.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's back from his
yeah, for those of you that have been around, you guys remember We Love Drugs from months ago. He's back participating in the voice chat. Benji's on the over. Drake is on the under. Astros Yankees. We Love Drugs is on Hunter Brown over earned runs. He likes Hunter Brown to get hit up. I believe he said smacked around were his exact words.
He's talking some smack on a lot of.
Yeah, he was going in. He came back just lighting it all, burning it all down. Jacob's on for A's Orioles. Jacob's on the over. Toast is on the over, as you heard. We Love Drugs is on the first 5 under. I'm on the Orioles. Trevor's on the A's. No, Trevor's on the over there. He originally
I like the A's,
he switched though to the over. Benji's on both teams to score 3 runs, and then A's Detroit. The Big Jizz, like. Carpenter 800 RBI. Jacob Angels first 3 team total under. Benji's
you know what the funny thing is he's actually like fun to talk to. Like he knows what he's talking.
Marlins Braves, the game we just did, finally caught up. Jacob's on the Marlins first 5 money line. We Love Drugs is on first 5 over. I'm on the Marlins. Gab is on the first 5 under, and she directly faded We Love Drugs. She made it a point to say that. And Benji's on Ramirez hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, we're caught up. As you can see, the voice chat is it's a cast of characters in there. Guardians, White Sox in Chicago. Didn't look at it. Not much interest. Go ahead, Toast.
I don't really have much interest in betting it either. I don't know. I don't really like the spot that the White Sox are in, having to come across the country and play this Guardians team. But at the same time, not rushing to back Tanner Bybee in any way, shape, or form. So I to be honest, I know this sounds kind of crazy, but I actually think that the White Sox have the starting pitching advantage in current form right now. I mean, I know that Savali was like a walking meme for a while, but over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, he's kind of found his groove there. So obviously the competition hasn't been great with the Angels and Pittsburgh, and then Cubs are, I guess, is a decent start considering how well they've played. But regardless, I just don't really trust this White Sox offense, especially versus right-handed pitching, to actually win games. And if there was a spot to do it, I guess it'd be this one, but I just don't really love it at all. So I guess White Sox are past, but I'm not betting it.
What about possibly an under? Go ahead,
guess.
TV Jones. TV Jones is like,
Oh yeah, I mean, first AL Central. So
Fair.
some nice unders there. Weather, we got wind blowing in from right field, 10 to 11 miles an hour. Granted, it is going to be like 85. It's sunny. It'll be nice weather, but it's still going to be blowing in. And then Savali, he's on was this 21? Do some quick math. 17 and a third scoreless inning streak, and the game prior to that, the team that got him was Cleveland. They busted his ass for 4 in Chicago. So I think he gets him back home again. I think he's going to do just fine. We saw the White Sox be competitive today. Granted, it was getaway day, but they were still very competitive against Logan Gilbert. Now you're going to come home and Logan Bybee, what the hell? Tanner Bybee is nowhere near the level of him. I get they had to travel, but I think that also works into the under where they're going to have some dead bats. But I think Savali will be a fine, and I think they'll be able to make this competitive against Cleveland. I think this will be a nice under here.
I can tell you right now, if the White Sox get bet up to like 150, 155, I'd probably take a stab.
I'm not even going to look this one up. I can almost guarantee that it is not Jerry Springer bobblehead night in Chicago.
What about Lil Durk night?
Is it Lil Durk night?
Is he in the Feds?
I believe he is.
Yeah, he gone.
He gone. All right, let's go down. Cleveland White Sox. Jacob leans White Sox +0.5. I'm assuming he means first 5 here. I would assuming that's supposed to say for. I don't know how you take White Sox +0.5 on the full game.
Manfred just calls the game after 22 innings.
Yeah, right.
Like, all right, we've had enough.
We Love Drugs is on the first 5 over. Next up, Phillies Rangers. Man, I looked long and hard at a Rangers +115.
Well, I already did it, so.
All right, go ahead, because we're probably going to say the same shit.
Yeah. So I guess first of all, now that he's out of my division, I don't really have to worry about it. Merrill Kelly's really freaking good, guys. And he's a guy that nobody really talks about that much, but he is a very, very good starting pitcher. And I think that he kind of got washed away a little bit in Arizona. But now that he's like finally healthy, you've seen over the last 2 months, starting with, I mean, he got kind of rocked, not really rocked, but the San Francisco start at home 2 months ago was kind of like where everything turned around. Since then, against San Diego, the Angels, St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Seattle, he's been really, really good, going essentially 6 innings plus of giving you at max 2-run baseball. And I do think that means something against this Phillies team that, for one, I don't really love them on the road. Their numbers on the road are decent, and they're much better they're decent, but I don't really trust them like that. Like, I really like this team a lot more in Philadelphia. And I mean, if you look at the game logs of righty starters they're facing, I mean, stop me when a name impresses you if you're not a Baltimore Orioles fan. Dean Kramer, Charlie Morton, Jack Flaherty, Jonathan Cannon, Davis Martin, Marcus Stroman, Will Warren, Giolito, Dick Fitz, Walker Buehler. I mean, Merrill Kelly's significantly better than every single person on that list, in my opinion.
I'm pulling it up. So this is what he's talking about, guys. The righties that have pitched against the Phillies right here. So
yeah, like Merrill Kelly is significantly better than every single person on that list that I just named and that you can see on the screen here. So that for me, I think that the Rangers are in a really good spot here as far as that's concerned. So now on the other side, Obviously, you have to worry about Christopher Sanchez, who's been a model of consistency all year. Has started not to pitch. I had one bad start against the White Sox, and I think people were like, "Oh, is he starting to fall off?" Da 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 da. And then comes right back at home and pitches a gem against Detroit. So it's really hard to fade him. But I will say, if it's a place I would like to fade him, it would be on the road compared to in the bank where he's been so dominant. On top of the fact that I think that this Rangers team is playing really well right now. And if you also look at their game logs versus the lefty starters, they're really starting to get to guys. 2 runs off of Carlos Rodon. They could have had a couple more. They had multiple. They had 10 base runners in that game. 4 runs off of Max Fried. They have 11 base runners in that game. Only 3 runs off of Kikuchi's, but 10 hits in that game. So 3 runs off of Joey Wentz. JP Sears pitched well against them. They tattooed Jacob Lopez, who just looked like a god here today. So I trust this Rangers team, at least versus left-handed pitching in general. Yes, you can make the same argument that Christopher Sanchez is significantly better than most of those people. Maybe not Rodon and Fried, not significantly better, but probably a little bit better in currently stated. But regardless, I just feel like there's not very many advantages for the Phillies in this game. So I don't think they should be favored against a Texas team that's at home. So yeah, I bet Texas at plus 115. I actually like it a lot.
Yeah, I agree a lot of what you said, and I also agree. I'm pretty sure Trevor is on the under, and I agree with a lot of this as well. So Go ahead, Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, Toast already went over the numbers. Yes, Texas can hit lefties. Merrill Kelly's been damn good. Chris Sanchez, we already know he's he might be walking his way into an NL Cy Young if Skeens slips up a little bit here towards the end of the season. But yeah, I mean, this is a big game, and now we're going to be in Texas. Texas 37-19 to the under this year. Philly on the road 33-20-3 to the under. Also, that's a 66% under for Texas and a 62.3 for Philly. So I think we just get a pitcher's duel here. I think this is, if you like pitching, this is going to be the one to tune into for sure. And if it's going to be, if Peterson's starting, give me Jock Peterson under hits, runs, RBIs too. I know he's hit a little bit, but he ain't hitting Chris Sanchez. No shot.
You're a hater.
One other point I want to make. Throws Jock Peterson into it.
Hey, I've been fading him for a decent amount. It's been nice.
I talked a lot. I talked multiple. I think I said multiple times I like the Phillies at home. Sanchez at home. Phillies are very, very good at home. 37-21, barely 500 or 500 on the road. Rangers, another one of those teams that's very good at home too. 36-21, well below 500 on the road. So when you want to bet Texas, it is definitely at home.
So I really, really want to bet the Rangers here. Obviously, you don't need me to tell you how good Christopher Sanchez has been. This dude has been one of the best starting pitchers in all of baseball. I mean, look how rock solid the White Sox got to him, which was awesome. But other than that, this dude has been as good as it gets. And specifically what makes it so impressive is the innings pitched. 7, 7, 8, 6, 7, 7. Pitches into the 8th. 9. Pitches into the 7th. 8. This dude is giving you 7 innings of one-run baseball every single time he takes the mound. It's extremely difficult to fade this. Look at those game logs. But here's the thing. Merrill Kelly has been really freaking good, too. I mean, this dude has been rock solid as well. Quality start after quality start after quality start. So the way I was looking at it is, what would this game be priced? Take the lineups out of it. If it was just Christopher Sanchez on the road at Merrill Kelly with the exact same lineup, I think I would probably have it to pick him. So do I think, because on a neutral field, Christopher Sanchez have about 15, 20 cents. That's the way I looked at it. Yeah. So it's just Christopher Sanchez at Merrill Kelly be about to pick him without the lineups. Now you incorporate the lineups. We like the Phillies lineup better than the Rangers lineup, obviously. But the Rangers lineup's been coming around a little bit. I mean, in the last 2 weeks, this is not a terrible lineup anymore. I mean, this is the last 30 days, this is a slightly above average lineup. The lefties they've seen recently, they've got to. And these are not bum names. These are the lefties that have pitched against the Rangers. They made 10 base runners against Rodon. They crushed Max Fried. 10 hits off Kikuchi. So, I mean, they're seeing some good lefties, and they're getting to them. So, I really want to bet the Rangers bad. I must have looked at this one for like 30 minutes trying to pull the trigger on Rangers plus 115. It would only be Rangers. Christopher Sanchez is scary. I agree with the under, too, though.
Yeah, I was looking at the under myself as well. I wanted to get like a first 5 under, but I couldn't pass up the Rangers at 115.
Well, I mean, when Sanchez is giving you 8 innings every time out.
Whoa. Okay, so we got a lot of picks on this one. Jacob's on the first 5 under and the under. We Love Drugs is on Rangers first 5 money line. Money Mark's on the under. Jacob Lopez is on the under. Trevor's on the under. Kyle Toast. Yo, it's actually us. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Well.
We're coming.
When's the last time the Brewers beat the Mets in a series?
2024.
Who was even president at that time? Who was president the last
Reagan.
time? Reagan. Reagan was in office the last time the Brewers beat the Mets. So for those of you that don't know the history, this is what we refer to in the industry as a one-sided rivalry. This series will be circled for Milwaukee. They take this shit seriously. Oh, the Mets. We hate the Mets. This is a rivalry. We knocked this team out of the playoffs last year.
Definitely.
We knocked this team out of the playoffs last year. We saw them earlier in the season. Trevor laughed and was like, we got this one circled. You guys knocked us out of the playoffs. We got this one circled. I laughed in his face and said, we don't care about the freaking Brewers. What happened? You got disposed of. One thing I will say before Trevor goes, we've kind of seen a repeating pattern. And what I'm about to say is kind of a bunch of superstitious horse shit that makes no logical sense in the market. But what
we
have
both thought the same thing, I think.
So what have we seen throughout the year? We see a team get hot, the market not respect them. They win a bunch of games. As soon as the market starts to respect them, they fall, like October 29th. We saw it with the Tigers. For the first 3 months of the season, the Tigers were being priced as a pick'em against mid-tier NL teams. They were constantly disrespected in the market. Tigers were doing nothing but winning. As soon as they started pricing the Tigers like an elite team, the stock fell. We saw it with the Rays. They went like 21-4 in 25 games, constantly underpriced. As soon as they started pricing the Rays as a good team, back to a 500. So what have we seen from the Brewers? They've been the hottest team in baseball for some time now. Constantly underpriced. They were just underdogs against the Braves. Now they're favored against one of the top teams in the NL. If history repeats,
They're the best team.
Go ahead.
Why wouldn't we be favored at home?
Go ahead.
Okay, circling back to the early Mets series, Mizorowski doesn't touch the glove on that ball. Take away 5 runs, we win. We win that series.
You lost 2 games to 1, Trevor.
You can't do it. Trevor will be like, yo, rewind back to the September series. If Soto doesn't hit 3 home runs, like, you can't just take shit out of the game. It happened. You lost.
I can. It's my fantasy and I'm living in it. I can do whatever I want.
Live your truth, Trevor.
No, obviously, yeah. There you go. Brewers money line, easy. You got Woody on the bump here. Kodai Senga, very hittable. The Brewers can hit him. They've been hot. They've been hitting against everybody. Acting like we're a -150 favorite here is crazy. But we're only -126. We're at home, best team in baseball. Have been. Like they're not overpricing us. I think this should be like a -130, 135. The way the Mets have looked too. The Mets have looked god awful. This team is terrible. Now they're coming back to Milwaukee after they knocked us out of the playoffs. This shit is circled with marker all over. Like this is a big circled series. We probably are going to sweep this series if I'm being honest. We got Woodruff going.
I've heard this song and dancing for it circled. Yep, we got it.
Keep laughing. I mean that nice 15.5% ROI in the Brewers. I bet them every day. It cashes out. It's been real nice. I said I'll start the season. Don't bet them. They suck. And they're being good. It's -126. That's not crazy. That's like a 55.
No. I'm not saying the price is crazy. In fact, I'm saying they're starting to price the Brewers as if they're one of the top NL teams. Finally,
if they are. How about one of the best? How about the best team in baseball?
Well, I said they're starting to price their teams as if they're one of the top teams in the NL. -1. That's what I said.
Trevor, can we agree that the price has been? We've all kind of felt that the prices have been quote unquote cheap.
Yep.
Okay, that's all that we.
They have been all year. We get no respect, and that's fine with me.
And we've seen this. And when they start, when they start pricing them fairly, it starts. And by the way, Wealth and Wit in the comments said it. Where is it? Because I was talking about the Tigers and the Rays. He goes, the only difference is the Brewers are actually playing great baseball as a team. This is no fluff. Anyone who's been watching the show all year knows that all the comments said the same thing when I said that about the Tigers and the Rays. The comments said, no, this is for real, though. Same thing. All the comments couldn't believe that I was fading the Rays. So it's the same thing. That being said, I'm on the over here. I got a 7.5. I think the graphic says 8. I got 7.5. And the reason I'm on the over, I think we're getting an extra half run on this total for the simple fact of the names of the starting pitcher. Kodai Senga against Brandon Woodruff. Woodruff has looked great since he came back from injury. Remember, he missed almost 2 full years, Woodruff. But he's only pitched 5 starts, so we don't have a large sample size here. Who did he pitch against? The Marlins twice, the Nationals twice, and the Mariners in Seattle, where nobody scores runs. So in terms of racking up really nice looking stats, Woodruff has kind of hit the jackpot in terms of a return. Now, I like Woodruff. He's the man. I'm just saying he hasn't pitched in 2 years, and this is all we've seen. So Woodruff kind of hit the jackpot. I don't think he's nearly as good as his numbers show. And on the other side, Kodai Senga, the man, right, getting prices as elite starting pitcher in the NL. He looks like shit. In his last 3 starts, he's got an 8.25 ERA, a 2 WHIP. I mean, he hasn't looked right since coming back from injury himself. So a 7.5 because we have these 2 elite starting pitchers on the mound. I think that was a good bet. So I am on the I got over 7.5 minus 119. I actually placed this one.
Made a compelling argument for the Brewers. Are you just betting the over because you can't?
No, I think the price is about. I probably have this Brewers minus 120, Mets plus 100. So I think the price is pretty close to where I would have it. Toast.
I'm going to be betting the Mets most likely. I just don't know what the number is going to be. The best number you can get right now is 115 on Bet365. I don't know if you're going to beat that or not, but first of all, it's not me like fading the Brewers or in Trevor or anything like that, because if you guys remember, I've been betting the Brewers and cashing out. So this isn't anything like that. But I agree with the sentiment that Kyle was making as far as them finally getting price right and stuff. And I still kind of feel like this is like a weird price, just considering how bad the Mets have played and how well that Milwaukee has played. I kind of considered that the Milwaukee would be in the 140 range. Now, obviously, I think there's a reason that they're not. One, obviously, the Cubs series was impressive, beating the Cubs 2 out of 3. But I mean, their last 6 wins were against Washington and Atlanta, teams that have checked out. So again, they're playing good baseball against these bottom level teams. And yes, obviously, you can argue that the Mets haven't been playing well, but they also have 63 wins on the season still. So on top of that, like Kyle said, Senga hasn't pitched well. He's been rocked his last 3 starts, and yet on the season, his ERA I think is still under 2.3. Maybe it's a little bit over that. But regardless, I just don't feel like that's this Kodai Senga you're going to continue to get. Not to mention, 2 of those starts were against the Giants. One of those starts was against the Giants, who had just seen him the previous start before that. And I do think that if you get Senga at just a little bit better than what he's shown these last 3 starts, you're going to have some value there, because you have a lot of young, inexperienced type of hitters in this Milwaukee lineup that I feel like that he can take advantage of with all of his different options that he can throw at you. But again, maybe I'm way off, but I just feel like there's a reason this game is kind of short priced. I think that we're getting the Mets off of an extremely bad home series, or 2 home series, a homestand. And now this first game out, that's like one of my favorite spots to play in Major League Baseball. I'm going to be playing the Mets. I just don't know what number it's going to be. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So this reminds me a lot of earlier in the season, because the first time the Mets played the Brewers this year, right here, July 1st, heading into that game, the Mets were 3-13 in their previous 16 game. 3-13 the Mets were over a 16-game span heading into the Brewers series. The Brewers were 8-2 in their last 10. So earlier in the season, the Brewers were red hot, could not lose, and the Mets looked terrible. We beat them.
You already know how I feel. We should have won that series.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Joey Ortiz hit a grand slam on your guys' ass. Joey Ortiz.
Yeah, Trevor. It's called the dead clock being right twice a day. It's okay.
Well, it was right once. It's about to be right again.
Royals Twins. Toast?
Go ahead.
I was this feels like it's priced before Minnesota sold everybody
That's
off.
what
I
I'm
wouldn't bet
saying.
Minnesota. I wouldn't bet Minnesota. I wouldn't bet Minnesota at this price before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Royals.
Yep, me too.
Yeah,
Under
Royals
2
plus
AL
120 for me. I guess it's gone down a little bit, but yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah,
You can go ahead,
I got
Trevor,
plus 122. Is it still? You can still get plus 150. Oh no, you can still get plus 120. It's still there. I don't really. Yeah, I got Royals at plus 120. I mean, this price. Trevor said it best. I said the same thing in the voice chat. This price, as if the trade deadline never happened. The Twins lineup is not the same right now as it was earlier in the season. The Royals are a little bit bolstered. The bullpen's significantly better. Remember, the two main arms for Minnesota are now gone. Duran and who's the other one that's gone? Griffin Jacks are both gone. So the Twins lost their main two bullpen arms. Buxton is Buxton still hurt? They're missing a. They're missing a.
Yeah, I'm
Even if
pretty
he
sure he
plays,
is.
who cares?
Yeah,
You're
on the.
No, he's still on the 10-day. He's still on the 10-day. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this closes at a much better. I think this closes really well. I'm surprised it hasn't started moving already. So I got the Royals at plus 120.
I will say the Twins were hitting pretty well in Detroit, but still, I mean, now they're back home. Wind's blowing in 12 miles an hour. Can't hit bombs. Well, they can, but the wind's going to kill some of those balls. And Kansas City on the road has been much better than they are at home this year. Day off from traveling to Boston, too. Joe Ryan could go 7 shutty, and I still think Kansas City has a good chance to win this game.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Kansas City's already seen Joe Ryan once this year. Also, on top of the fact that, not that Kansas City's some juggernaut offensively, but they have been like a top 10, top 15 offense versus right-handed pitching, and they've been pretty much the same top 10, top 15 on the road, give or take the time and data you think those splits. But look at who Joe Ryan is pitching against. Cleveland, Washington, Colorado, Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Miami, Seattle, Milwaukee's obviously harder. But again, I don't really think that he's facing any elite competition. At least the Royals are fighting for a playoff spot here, regardless on how you feel about this team. And Seth Lugo's been pretty damn good. I mean, he's essentially going to give you 6 innings of 2 or 3 runs, and he really struggles with lefty bats. But I mean, are you really worried about Matt Wallner? I know I'm not. Are you really worried about Cody Clemens? I mean, Brooks Lee hitting from the left-hand inside. Maybe if Larnach was in a good spot, maybe, but there's just not enough there for Minnesota for me to even worry. Not to mention, I don't even know if Larnach's even healthy. But regardless, even if he was, it doesn't matter. I already bet Kansas City.
Yep, we're all on the Royals. Let's take a look at the voice chat here. Where did we leave off? We left off on Mets Brewers. Jacob's on Brewers. Trevor's on the Brewers. Benji's on Brewers. Team total over. We love drugs is on Soto home run, Lindor home run, Nimmo home run. Mets first 5 team total over. Mets full game team total over. Yeah, and I'm on the over.
I am betting the under in this game too. Just the last 10 these two have played, we've had 1-2, 5-4, 3-1, 2-3, 4-0, 1-2, 2-4, 0-2, 2-4, 0-5. They just play dead unders and the wind's blowing in too. So I'm on the under.
Central.
Exactly.
And everyone on the voice chat's on the Royals except We Love Drugs, who's on the Twins, and I don't think he knows why. All right,
I'm not for sure that was going to be Charles.
No, he took the Twins.
No, he said Joe Ryan's going to pitch a gem.
Oh yeah. Cubs Cardinals. So, what are your thoughts on this game? I think that 8.5 should be an 8 personally.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I know that. The Cubs offensively, I know that people perceive them to be really good, but it has really, really died off. And I'm trying to be kind of not crazy because I know Trevor's going to try to shit on them as much as possible. So I'll let him do that. But offensively, they've really haven't been the same over the last month, maybe month and a half or so. And I don't really think McGreevy's that bad. I think that he could actually be a decent arm in this league. I know that obviously he's been hit up a little bit, but what bothers me is that the Cubs have already seen him and hit him up, and this same thing happened kind of in San Diego as well. But I don't really trust this Cubs offense to do much. And to be honest with you, yeah. And then as far as our Matthew Boyd is concerned, this Cardinals team couldn't hit left-handed pitching to save their life. They got to Austin Gomber on the 21st of last month. But besides that, you got to go back to 629 when they scored more than one run against anybody else. So it's just really hard for me to worry about this Cardinals team versus Matthew Boyd, who's been, I mean, just like Christopher Sanchez, giving you essentially 6 or 7 innings almost every time out there of 2 runs or less baseball. So yeah, I agree with the under. It would be the Cubs for me just because they have a huge starting pitching advantage, but with the way that their offense has been, there's no way I can lay that number. I guess I would be more comfortable in the under if you had to make gun to my head.
You know what's funny is those social media clips, they automatically get posted everywhere. So they get posted to TikTok. Even though I don't use TikTok or anything, they automatically get posted there. I open the thing up. The posts don't really have a lot of views. There's just like a few of them that have like a ton of views. And they're every time TV Jones talks about the Brewers or like talk shit on the Cubs. That's like our TikTok account. The only things that people watch on the TikTok account is when Trevor talks about the Brewers and the Cubs. I don't know. We're big in NL Central TikTok, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the TikTok world. TV Jones, tell us what your thoughts are on the Cubs.
This team is not good. I mean, shit. You got one high scoring game in Milwaukee. You won. Congrats. That was a pity win. And then you got the Reds one time, like in an absolute desperation spot. The Cubs Twitter is melting down. This team is out of the playoffs. You would seem like it's fantastic content. They all
stay out of there, you pervert.
No way. I'm going all the way in there. I love it. It's so awesome.
I'm going all the way in Cubs Twitter, he says.
Oh, yeah. It's the best. Hey, you should hang around there sometimes. It's good time. Like, the whole fan base is just melting down. But they haven't looked good. And now you're going to St. Louis. This is a divisional game, and you're going to lay minus 156. I get it's Boyd, but he can get hit up. Granted, Cardinals are not hitting lefties. They've gotten 4 total earned runs in the last 4 they've saw. But guess what? They just saw him June 25th. So I guess not just saw him, but he's the 4th lefty they've seen at home. So it's been a little bit, but they have seen him. Boyd can get hit up. Now you're going to play on a Friday night, look good, feel good, play good. St. Louis at home. I think the Cardinals can get them plus 128, I see 135. I mean, with a divisional game on the road, I at home, I like that. It would be under in St. Louis for me.
Yeah, mine would be under. Like I said in the beginning, I think I'm seeing 8.5. So I think this should be a flat 8. St. Louis is not exactly a hitter's ballpark. Matthew Boyd has been as close to automatic as you could get. I mean, I was talking some shit on Matthew Boyd earlier in the season, and I think I should apologize to him because guy's been truly rock solid. He got hit up by the Brewers. Other than that one start against the Brewers right here in Milwaukee, the Brewers hit him up. But other than that, I mean, 7 shutout, 8 shutout, 5 shutout, 7 innings, 2 runs, 6 shutout. I mean, this dude's been like Christopher Sanchez type numbers here. And something I wanted to point out when it comes to this St. Louis lineup, if you look at their numbers against lefties, you might be like, oh shit, the Cardinals are hitting lefties. You can see here, one sec. I didn't realize it was blocking half the screen. You can see here the Cardinals are hitting lefties in the last 30 days. Top 5 lineup against lefties. I don't know. They might get to Boyd. But when you actually go down and look at the Cardinals game logs against left-handed pitching, they haven't seen any. The only one they really saw was Gomber, and they hit him 11 hits off Gomber. Other than that, it's Wroblewski. That's a bullpen appearance. Kyle Hart on the 24th bullpen appearance. I mean, we're talking about weeks ago. In the last month, they've seen one lefty starter, and it's Austin Gomber. So, yeah, like we're looking at their numbers against lefties in the last 30 days. Ooh, top 5 in baseball. It's all bullpen arms. It's a super small sample size. So Michael Boyd just can't even compare him to Austin Gomber. So I think Boyd gives us another 7 strong innings with 1 or less run. And like Toast talked about, Cubs lineup is trending in the wrong direction. I would lean towards the Chicago side, honestly, but I'm not laying minus 156, minus 160 with a team that isn't even playing that well. But I think like if I was to draw this game up, I would say probably 5-2 Cubs win. Next up.
The only thing that also scares me about that under is that this will be the 3rd time the Cardinals are seeing Boyd. I don't think that really matters too much, but you never know.
Next up is Rays Mariners. This is a tough one because there's so many moving pieces here. For me, obviously, you got the Rays, who have been one of the worst lineups in baseball for a month. Like, not a small sample size. They've been terrible forever. But then out of nowhere, they seem to have woken up a little bit. They were scoring some runs the last couple days. I don't know what I think about him right now. Castillo at home is
because it's Tyler Anderson. I mean, that's why.
Dude, they did it 2 days in a row, though. It wasn't just Tyler Anderson.
Yeah, I know. They have, because they have a whole bunch, because they had a whole bunch of freaking, they had a whole bunch of freaking lefties in the lineup versus Soriano.
No, they
got
smoked
popped.
Soriano, too.
Yeah, that's why we played the over, because we knew he was going to get popped, because there was a whole bunch of lefties in that lineup.
Hold on. So what we're talking about right here, okay. So see the Rays against righties, they weren't doing much. Then they crushed Soriano. They also got to Tyler Anderson. So 2 days in a row where the Rays lineup just showed up. And what Toast is saying is in this Jose Soriano start, they loaded the lineup up with lefties, and Jose Soriano struggles against lefty bats. Here's the problem with that. Want to know who else struggles against lefties? Castillo,
Mr. Average himself.
So
yes.
The problem is, you're not going Tampa, are you?
I really want to. I'm going to wait to see what the line does, but I feel like this is a very similar spot to what we talked about in LA the other night, where you have Soriano, who is a ground ball pitcher. The Rays can't hit, but he really struggles versus lefties. They loaded the lineup versus lefties, and they got to him. And I feel like this is the same type of situation. I feel like there's a reason that Seattle, who has been very, very good, especially over the last 3 weeks, is still under 140 against this Rays team. Or I'm sorry, well, I thought it was going to be under 130, but still under 135 against this Rays team that hasn't played. I mean, who's 10-20 their last 30 games. I mean, they haven't been playing well at all. I mean, Rasmussen's been really good. They're letting him go his 5 innings now. Like, I don't really feel like Seattle has a huge advantage as far as starting pitching wise goes. Now that Seattle's not going to have Josh Naylor most likely because he got pulled out of today, that just takes out one of their big bats that they just traded for. So, and their base stealer, I know that's kind of funny, but it's true. So I don't really know if there's like a huge advantage for Seattle as far as offensively, at least is what it's been for the last few weeks with Naylor in the lineup. I mean, I know that they're going to have Suarez, but I really want to bet the Rays here, especially with the day off. Obviously, Seattle used some of their arms the last couple nights. Nothing crazy, obviously, but I really want to bet the Rays here. I get the Rays at like plus 115 or so. I probably fire.
So I hate that I agree with most of everything he just said because I don't think this Rays lineup is good, and I don't know if I count on them to score, but what he said about the Mariners bullpen is correct. I doubt you see Munoz brass through 20 pitches. You saw Bizarro back-to-back days. You saw Spire back-to-back days. This Mariners bullpen is completely taxed. Meanwhile, Tampa's is most definitely not completely taxed. Damn it. Tampa had the day off.
Agree with me.
If I'm going to take the Rays on the road across the country, not just east to west, north to south, Tampa to Seattle is a hike. If I'm going to take the Rays across the country against Seattle, against a much better Seattle team, the Mariners are a much better team than the Rays. I just want more than plus 108. That's all. But there is no Naylor. The bullpen's taxed. I get why you like the Rays, and unfortunately, I'm putting the Rays up too. I originally said Seattle or pass, but I think it's Rays or pass. I didn't bet the game. TV Jones?
I also like that the Rays had a nice little three-day layover in Disneyland with the Angels to get accustomed to the West Coast life. Just saying. That's bullshit. I'm just giving you Trevor.
Yeah, it would still be Seattle for me. I think we're getting a little bit of a discount given that Naylor's not going to play. He's day to day, but I'm gonna guess he's not going to play. Tampa's like 10-25, 11-25 in the last almost 40 games. Now, I'll take the better team at home at an affordable price. Yes, their bullpen has some issues, but Tampa's bullpen isn't good. They constantly lose games. I know Rasmussen's been lights out. He's been damn good, but I think Castillo is going to be fine here. I mean, we got it's a night game, so that's going to help the ball stay in the park a little bit more, and wind's blowing in 6-5 miles an hour. It's going to be like 70 degrees at first pitch, so it'll be decent weather, but it's still winds blowing in. Seattle's been hitting home runs. They're scoring some runs. I know today was a little bit of a battle for them, but they still found a way. It would only be Seattle. I don't trust this Tampa Bay team as far as I can throw them. Cashman's an absolute idiot, or Kevin Cash.
Let's say
Kevin
Cashman.
Yeah, well, he's an idiot too, but Cash is an idiot. Like, Just no thanks. I'll take the better team at an affordable price at home here.
Let's move on to the next game. Real quick, let's do the voice chat stuff. So where do we leave off? Kansas City. Everyone had the Royals. Cubs, Cardinals. Jacob's on the Cubs. Wags is on the Cubs. We Love Drugs is on the first 5 over. Trevor's on the Cardinals. Then the game we just did, Tampa Bay, Seattle. Jacob's on the first 3 under. We Love Drugs is on the Rays first 5 money line. Next up, Red Sox, Padres. I had trouble. I think this one's pretty appropriately priced. At first glance, I was like, oh my God, how do you not take the Red Sox at this big number? And I guess part of me still kind of thinks that a little bit. The Red Sox it's not like the Red Sox are a scrub team. Plus 158 is a pretty juicy number to give you with the Red Sox against the Padres. But the problem is it really is a very favorable matchup for San Diego at home. Red Sox are across the country. Pavetta's been lights out at San Diego. He's truly been great pitching in Petco this entire season. He's also got great numbers against lefty bats. 4 of the first 6 hitters in the Red Sox lineup are lefties. So, I mean, the table's set. It should be a really nice matchup for Pavetta. The Padres post-trade deadline, I know they look really shaky in that Arizona series. They are loaded. Their lineup got better. Their bullpen's absolutely loaded. So I'm not taking the Padres at minus 190. No way. But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, yeah, okay, this minus 190 price makes sense. So I guess I'll say Padres are pass. But we're pulling over 70% Red Sox on this one. Padres are pass. I'm not betting this game. Toast.
Yeah, it would, I guess, excuse me. It would be over or pass for me. I don't really have interest betting it. I mean, you guys know me. I'm one of the biggest Padres homers there is, but there's no chance in hell I would lay this number with this team. Not right now. And I just don't really, again, I don't really trust the bats. They have been so much better. But again, like Kyle said, they really weren't fantastic in that Arizona series. Now they got to come back home. It's a short trip. I'll give you that, but they're just not a team. It seems like when the Padres win, it can be difficult at times. And it's just not a team that I'm willing to pay essentially minus 200 for, even with all the advantages there. Not to mention the fact that Walker Buehler hasn't been terrible in San Diego. I know that he's been terrible this year, but it wouldn't shock me if he came in here and pitched well against them. It just would be so San Diego for me. So again, it would be over or pass for me, but I just want to watch and see what this was. I agree with the people in the Discord or whoever it was that are taking Boston at that price.
I think that's like everybody. TV Jones is on Boston, I think.
Yeah, I'm not on them, but I'm tempted. They've won 9 of their last 11. They look good. The Padres have kind of been sputtering a little bit. Now they're at home. Buehler, not a guy you really have a lot of confidence in backing, but he's been better lately. Pavetta's also been good. This game, I would just trust the better offense right now, and that would be Boston. I know they're across country, but they're still playing better baseball right now. Buehler's look good. It would be under in Boston for me. Like this feels like a 4-3, 3-2 kind of game. Personally, I think Buehler does just fine here. This is just a big number on Boston, which could be a little sketch, but I'm still tempted to play it considering how well they've been playing. I feel like we're just kind of getting like a Padres tax, especially since they're at home.
All right, let's move on to the next game, which is Colorado, Arizona. Toast, Zach Gallen, your boy.
I'm kind of surprised this number's 9, to be honest with you, unless I missed something as far as weather was concerned. But I didn't think, I mean, it's still Coors Field. So it would be over or pass for me. I don't really understand why it's 9, to be honest with you guys. I mean, I guess Austin Gomber's, can be, I guess, somewhat trusted. I don't know. It'd be over or pass. I'm sorry, not Coors Field in Arizona, but regardless, I don't have really any interest betting this game, to be honest with you. A lot of these teams, I was going to say, these teams, when they play, if you look at like their last 10 games played, there's a lot of high scoring numbers in there. Austin Gomber's been absolutely throttled by this Arizona lineup. Obviously, it's not the same Arizona lineup, but last 2 times through, just 6 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 14 runs. It's been really, really bad. And on the other side, Zach Gallen has faced this Colorado team twice this year. 10 total innings, 18 hits, 13 runs. He's been absolutely shelled by this Colorado team, this bad Colorado team. It would only be over 9. I'm not betting it, though.
Over a pass. I'm not even close to betting this one. TV Jones?
Yeah, I bet it. Over 9. Gomber the Goober. Granted, he's on the road where he's obviously better, but he's still got a basically 5 ERA. Zach Gallen, not to get the Zach Gallen we're used to seeing. Colorado's been hitting a little bit lately. I know they just got absolutely demolished by Toronto at home, but the numbers versus Gallen, 72 plate appearances. They got a sub 17% strikeout rate, a 304 average, a 424 WOBA, an expected slug of 698 versus this guy. And then Gomber, 305 average, 291 WOBA, 552 expected slug, 12% strikeout rate. I mean, neither of these guys are walking much, 4%, 3% of this lineup, but I still think we just see runs here. I mean, until Colorado shows that their bullpen can stop a nosebleed, I'm just going to probably just keep betting overs with what they're involved. And not to mention Arizona's been scoring some runs and hitting lately too. So I think if Colorado gets 3 or 4 runs, I think we're looking pretty good for the.
You can get an 8.5 juiced on ESPN if you're really loving that.
I got -105 for the over 9. So
tell me it doesn't feel like we're betting a game from 2007 here. Scherzer against Kershaw.
I wish I knew, but these two faced off against each other in their first career starts. It was supposed to be Maddox versus somebody else. It's another huge name. I think it was maybe Randy Johnson. I don't remember, but these two face off each other in like their first ever major league starts, which is kind of cool too. That doesn't help this game, but
that is crazy.
Yeah.
Either you guys have anything here?
TV Jones is the Toronto Whisperer. I do have a bet in this game, but I kind of want to hear what TV Jones has.
Kershaw hasn't been amazing. He hasn't been bad. I mean, I really wanted to bet the Yerfy. I didn't see what the price was, but I was looking at something.
I didn't see that coming.
Dude, Scherzer, he loves giving up runs in the first inning. And the Dodgers are like 33 and like 25 or something to the Yerfy at home. Scherzer's been bad. It's the Dodgers full strength again. Toronto's been hitting. Granted, they're coming down from elevation, but they've had a day off. So I like that, but I think I saw the price was like -140 on some site that was tracking things for tomorrow. So I was like, no thanks. I'm not paying 140 for a freaking Yerfy. That's just dumb as hell. But Toronto +129 here. I'm tempted. They're hitting. I know the Dodgers have started to wake up since getting Muncy back, but +129 for like, what are they, the best team in the AL or something? Oh, behind the Tigers or something.
Hold on. The Dodgers lost 2 out of 3 games to St. Louis with Muncy back.
They lost the other night? I thought they. Oh, I didn't know they were okay. Well, they were up when I was watching that. You really do. But yeah, I mean, Toronto's just they're playing good baseball. I'll take Toronto. I'll probably fire on this. So I'll just let this line build up because everybody and the brothers is going to be on the Dodgers.
We're polling almost everyone's taking Toronto. We're polling over 60% Toronto.
Interesting, but it would only be Toronto for me. I'm not laying 155 with Kershaw out there. I'll take the plus money with Scherzer. Maybe a big game, he gets up, he shows up, but I guarantee LA will probably score a run in the first inning.
Toast.
I bet Toronto as well at +135 at open. So I just, and this is, if you guys want to call me a hater because I'm a Padres fan, so be it. But the Dodgers are not playing like are not playing like a division leading team right now. I know that they are starting to get healthy. But the fact of the matter is they're 13-17 their last 30, and they're 10-10 their last 25 and 5 their last 10. They are barely a 500 baseball team for going on over a month now. And I don't feel like they should be commanding this big of a price when they're not winning baseball games at home or on the road. I mean, are they a decent home team? Yeah, 36-23, nothing crazy great, but they're a good home team. But Toronto is one of the best teams in baseball right now, especially offensively, and they're playing significantly better for a longer time. They're 20-10 their last 30. And again, I understand that they're coming out of Colorado and they scored a whole bunch of runs there, but I mean, I don't think that it really matters. And as far as Scherzer goes, I like him in big games like this. This is kind of the times where you can kind of count on Max to get up for it. And I would consider this a pretty big game. He also has really good history in Dodger Stadium in his career, going back the last 3 or 4 years. How much stock you want to put into that, I don't really know. But for me, it kind of means a little bit. And as far like Trevor said, Clayton Kershaw isn't really pitching that well, and he's really not pitching deep into games. I mean, I know that there's a couple of 6 innings there, but I mean, I don't really trust him to go deep into this game. And we're going to get multiple shots at a Dodgers bullpen that I don't really think is that good. And I've been saying it for a while now, and it's kind of starting to show its ugly head. I know that they've started to pitch a little bit better now that they're more than healthy, but it's still not a unit that I trust. And again, like I said, this Blue Jays team is the best offense on the road over the course of the last 2 months or so. They're one of the best teams versus left-handed pitching over the course of the year. I just don't understand why the Dodgers are continued to be priced like this. Maybe it makes sense when they're playing teams like St. Louis and Tampa Bay and Cincinnati and maybe Boston, but this is a Toronto team that's a first place AL East team. This isn't some slump Toronto team anymore. So I just feel like this price is way off.
Guys, it's Kobe Bryant bobblehead night.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
That's tough.
Black Mamba.
damn.
How much do you think those bad boys are going to go for on eBay?
Oh, dude, 150 plus.
For me, it would be over. You guys were bigger on this last over, the Rockies Diamondbacks. I think this is the over to place at 9. The Blue Jays have been one of the best lineups in baseball for months now. Like you said, Kershaw. I haven't really been sold on Kershaw's numbers this whole season. So I certainly have no problem counting on Toronto to get to Kershaw. Like TV Jones talked about, the Blue Jays had that day off coming out of the elevation is what you like to see. So I think we can count on the Blue Jays to score some runs. And, dude, Max Scherzer, say what you want about the Dodgers, they still have great numbers at home. I mean, even when they're cold in the last 30 days, they're 12th in WRC plus at home. So they're still hitting the baseball. I think we can count on the Dodgers to score some runs on Scherzer as well. I think this is the over. I didn't actually bet this one, but it would be over 9 for me.
I can see that.
Last game up, we have no lines, so that might be it, unless you guys have any. We have nothing.
Yep, James Wood under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Since the home run derby, dude's batting 131. He's 8 of 69 with 7 walks in there and only 6 runs and RBI, or 6 runs and RBIs combined. He's been terrible. I just run this back every single day. I mean, it hit today with ease too. Dude didn't get on base once, just kept grounding out and striking out. So James Wood under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs.
And that's when the Soto trade.
So, yeah, the reason that there's no line for this one, it is going to be Jake Irvin, but the Giants pitcher is unconfirmed. So we got nothing here. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Betting League, give me about 25 minutes. I'll have it up. Yeah, thanks, everyone. I don't think there's anything else. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Be back tomorrow night, me, Toast, and Spoon. Trevor will probably be blasted in the comments because it's Friday.
Are we gonna explain the coin flip again? I gotta run this back.
Oh yeah,
I understood it the next day.
What are you taking in this coin flip?
Tails never fail.
But not because you're picking tails.
Tails never fails. That's why.
In this coin flip, are you taking tails because you think it's a tail spot?
No. Because it's a 50-50 flip. You get plus 110 here.
Oh, well, so it's not because you're picking tails.
Well, I'm always going to pick tails, but there is a trick to the coin flip. Whenever you flip the coin, whatever side is facing up when you flip it, it lands that side up more often than not.
Fake news.
More often than not.
Go flip a quarter.
What about this flip?
Times.
What about this flip? What do you take?
This would be heads. This would be heads.
Are you kidding me? There's no way. No,
well, look at the heads faced up. This would be
sure.
This would be. I can't believe you just said that. This would be a pass. This is an efficient market. You will lose money betting both sides.
No, I get that, but I thought you were just asking. No, I didn't even look at that. I didn't even look at the flip. I just saw the quarter.
This one at the heads. That's for sure. I'm on that.
Oh.